immediate reaction to a broken appliance is to grab a screwdriver if you lived through the era when music videos actually defined television. If you can slide into a tight parking spot using nothing but your mirrors, then you belong to a dwindling breed. You possess a mental blueprint that is becoming increasingly rare in the modern world. Welcome to Quiet Pressure Sketchbook, where we examine the hidden forces that shaped who you are today. Cast your mind back a few decades for those who came of age. In the 70s or 80s, your upbringing would likely trigger a safety investigation. Every sunrise during summer break came with a simple mandate from your parents: disappear until the streetlights flicker on. There were no tracking devices, your pocket, and no way for home to pull you back. You were essentially a ghost in your own neighborhood for 12 hours. This wasn't just play, it was a masterclass in self-reliance. Without a safety net, you learned to navigate when you were turned around. You invented games when the world felt empty, and you mended your own scrapes. You grew up in the absence of constant supervision, and that freedom forged a backbone of steel. This resilience was often inherited from the Stoic generation, parents who survived global conflicts or the lean years that followed. They didn't deal in emotional validation, they dealt in durability. Instead of constant praise, they handed us chores and expectations. By the time you were 10 years old, you were effectively a deputy, managing younger siblings, prepping simple meals, and keeping your own bicycle road-worthy. With a rusty wrench and sheer determination, you discovered early on, the world doesn't stop to wait for you to catch up. It's a concept today's youth might find alien, but being bored was a gift. We spent hours in a vacuum of silence, no digital feeds, no on-demand entertainment. Just vast stretches of unoccupied time. That void forced your mind to spark. You didn't need a high-tech simulator when you had a pile of scrap wood. This forced resourcefulness created a level of ingenuity that internet tutorials could never replicate. Here at Quiet Pressure Sketchbook, we recognize that this grit came from failing. A tumble on the pavement didn't mean a doctor, it meant dusting off. Trying again. There were no participation ribbons to cushion the blow of losing. Learned through experience that sweat and persistence were far more valuable. This history is exactly why people look to you when the wheels fall off. While others might panic, you remain the eye of the storm. It isn't some mystical talent, it's a practiced response. You have navigated life's obstacles long before there was a search engine. What truly sets you apart, however, is your status as a generational translator. You are the vital link between two realities, dialing rotary phones and waiting for the mail, yet you've mastered the digital landscape of today. You understand the silence of the past and the noise of the present, giving you a depth of perspective that is nearly extinct. You remember what it's like to have a conversation without a screen, and you understand the art of waiting in an age of instant gratification. That isn't just a trip down memory lane, it's the foundation of your wisdom. So when people wonder how you keep your composure when the stakes are high, know the answer: your youth wasn't necessarily simpler, it was just more grounded. You learned to ride without training wheels, and that balance has stayed with you. Does this resonate with the way you grew up? I'd love to hear your memory. This reflection hit home. Please subscribe to Quiet Pressure Sketchbook. If you're curious about how those old school roots influence your modern lifestyle, click one of the videos on your screen now. I'll meet you over there.